न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः.
Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Welcome to Amrita Vaibhavam. This is a series of talks, cultural programs, devotional songs, symposiums, and discussions by our Swamis, Swaminis, Brahmacharis, Brahmacharinis, householder devotees, children, students, and staff of Amrita Vidyalayam and our colleges. Let us now watch today's episode.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. The topic of today's satsang is our true nature is pure awareness. We all habitually believe that we are the body, we are the mind, or we are the intelligence. Seldom do we take time to inquire, are we really these three, or is there anything beyond this? What is our true nature? Our Vedas and Puranas have proclaimed the supreme truth many years ago, that we are in fact the pure awareness. There are many references and examples related to this in our Vedas and Puranas. But today we will look at one of a favorite bhajan of Amma's children. This bhajan is composed by Pujya Swamiji Pranavamritananda Puri ji. ஜீவிதம் இன்னொரு தொடர் கதா பரிணாமத்தின் பெரும் கதா. That our life is a continuous story. In fact, it is a great mysterious story. There is a line in this favorite bhajan which is Bodham Adu Bodham. All of us are aware of this line because Amma every day during the evening meditation, she requests our little Amritanand, whom we famously know as Bodham, to sing this line. When little Bodham sings Bodham Adu Bodham, we all relish the conversation between him and Amma. We all enjoy and then we laugh and then we very safely forget about it. But if we try to contemplate on why Amma is asking him to sing this line every day, we will realize that Amma is in fact helping us, guiding us to remember that that is our true nature. She is trying to make us inquire and go deeply to realize that we are in fact the pure awareness. All of us are immensely blessed to be Amma's children because with Amma's infinite divine grace, we also will be able to realize this supreme truth. Today, we have our Pujya Swamiji Amritageetananda Puri ji, who will be elaborating about this topic. Now I request Swamiji to share his divine wisdom as part of this satsang. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om. Om. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. ध्यायामो धवलाविकुण्ठनवतीं तेजोमयीं नैष्ठिकीं दिग्धापाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवतीं मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखीं वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरं सङ्कीर्तनालापिनीं श्यामाङ्गीं मधुसिक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरीं ॐ कुं गुरुभ्यो नमः अमृतेश्वरी नमः ॐ गं गणपते नमः ॐ हा सरस्वती नमः ॐ. My entrance prostrations of the lotus seat of my Sadguru, Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, Universal Teacher, Universal Mother, my humble pranams to all Amma's beloved children. Today's topic is a very important topic, a very subtle topic. What we really have to get from Amma, or what Amma will reveal to us. That is the topic. That is, it's called Bodham. Swami Pranavamritananda Swami, he had written so many very profound bhajans, and the one bhajan we have, Swamiji's bhajan we have selected today, it is that bhajan, Jeevidam ennoru Tudar Katha. That bhajan we have selected. In that we know that is the one, the important part is Bodham Adubodham. And that word is very, very popular because in Amritapuri during bhajans, Amma's little child, little boy, Amritanand, he always, Amma makes him say Bodham Adubodham, and he says in a very, very beautiful way. So we all laugh, and then but we forget about it.
Bodham Adubodham, Bodham Adubodham, Bodham Adubodham.
It is only one brahmacharini who pointed out that it is not a laughing matter. It is not just something which we can laugh and forget about it, because Bodham Adubodham, Amma is deliberately making the little boy chant that every day so that we can remember that is our real nature. That is what we have to understand. So the Bodham means pure awareness, and that is our nature. Now we have only Sharira Bodham and Manabodham. We have the only consciousness of the body and our mind. But beyond the body and the mind is the pure consciousness which only a Sadguru like Amma can reveal to us. So it is a very vast subject, and I seek Amma's blessings to do justice to this topic. I will try my maximum to make the Amma's children understand how important it is. I seek Amma's blessings. So it is the Bodham is awareness. Usually the highest state is what we call as Atma Bodham. Atma Bodham is the knowing my nature as pure awareness, not only inside my body but everywhere. That is called Atma Bodham. And when Atma Bodham, then when we are living in this world, Mahatmas or avatars also, they are constantly aware that my real nature is the pure consciousness. So that is the meaning, and therefore Atma Bodham. But when we come to the level of our body mind in our day-to-day transactions, then we call it as Dharma Bodham. So Atma Bodham and Dharma Bodham. So the avatars, they are like a wonderful actor. An actor, in one film he may act as a hero, and in another film he may act as a villain. In one film he may kill somebody. In some other film he may be killed by somebody. But whatever happens, he always remembers that I am only an actor. What I am doing outside has nothing to do with me. That is the way. So in the Dharma Bodha also, it is the consciousness of our duties and responsibilities that is very, very important. That duty, our responsibilities alone can make us purified and slowly take us to our real nature. That is what we have to understand. So Amma always says, Makkale, Adhyatmikam Manasinde Vikhasamana. Spirituality is expansion of mind. Spirituality is unfoldment of the mind. That is what Amma always says. We can the very beautiful, profound bhajan which Amma very often chant is Mano Buddhi Hankar Chittaninaham. That is long. Shivo, the Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the eyes, I am not the speech. I am Chidananda Rupam, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am the pure consciousness, the Shiva. Shiva is a pure consciousness. That is what we have to say. And therefore, how to expand the mind, we have in our culture, we have 5 mothers. To make it short, the first mother is the Deha Mata, who has given us this body, and therefore we worship, we respect our and obey our the Matra Devo Bhava. They say the mother is like a god. Mother should be looked upon as a god. And why is that? When we look upon mother as a god, father as a god, Pitra Deva Bhava, Acharya Deva Bhava, etc., what I learned from my mother is what I have drunk my mother's milk. Those qualities should come to me. What is the best, greatest quality which mother has? Selfless love. Giving without expecting anything from her children. The only thing that she expects is children grow properly and become the dutiful citizens of our country, useful to the society and the whole world. That is the only expectation. She has nothing, she does not expect anything in return. So that is what selfless service was called from our first mother, Deha Mata. Then we have Go Mata. Go Mata is mother cow. Mother cow also, why do we look upon mother, the cow as our mother? Because it is her milk which is really nourishes our, not only our body but our brain also. So she also, her nature is, she takes only the minimum and gives us the maximum. What does she need? Little grass, little hay, little food, but in return, she gives us the milk and the milk products which you like. It will be Bhagavan Krishna's butter, the curds, cheese, ghee. Everything is so the important to our body. So that is the second mother, Go Mata. She gives more and takes less. That is the lesson. Then we come to third mother is the Desha Mata, which our mother country. So when I look upon Bharat Mata, what happens is that the entire India is my country, all Indians are my brothers and sisters. That is a pledge. And therefore, all Indians become my brothers, my sisters and brothers. My mind expands. I become aware that they are all part of my family. Then the fourth mother is what we call as Bhumata. Bhumata is Mother Earth. So when Bhumata becomes our mother, we have come from the earth. She is our mother. And therefore, all human beings, all living beings on earth, we become a large family. And when it is a family, it is a give and take, not only just receiving. I develop the mentality to give whatever little I have, whatever I have, I like to offer to the whole world. That is Amma's the best example. And then the fifth mother is Veda Mata. Veda Mata says that the entire creation is manifestation of God. So my father, who can point out my father? There is only one person who can point out my father. It is my mother. My mother only can tell me, this is your father. Is it not? In the same way, Vedamata says everything is Brahman. Everything is the manifestation of that Supreme Being. The Etavan Asamahima, Purusha Evedakam Sarvam, everything is God. That is the teaching, and therefore our mind, our bodham has expanded to the maximum. When that expansion takes place, gradually we become aware that that is our real nature. And therefore, we can compare our vision and Amma's vision. When we are sitting on the stage with Amma, and when we are looking at the audience, when a person is sitting on the stage, he is aware of he can see his wife, his children, his mother, his father, he can see his family, and therefore he is only focused on his family. Whereas when Amma is looking at the devotees in the thing, all are my children. That is her vision. Our vision is a very narrow vision. My family and my family. The Amma's vision is everything is my family. That is the vision. You go to the airport, we go to the railway station also, same thing. There are so many passengers around us, but we are not really least bothered about them. That person is bothered about only his family and his luggage. That is most important, we can see that. So we can, jokingly, Swami used to say that those who sit next to Amma, So she has a stick in hand. She has to mark the rhythm. So she used to stick to the stick. She used to make the rhythm like that. Sometimes it's a mother. When we make a mistake, we get a tap on our head also. That is, we are blessed to get a tap with her stick. She taps on our head. It's a great blessing. It makes them aware. So mechanically, I am playing the harmonium. Tuck, when I get a step, I become aware. Bodham. To bring back to the consciousness, that is why she gives taps. So we say Amma's stick is not a small stick which can reach only the person who are around her. Amma's stick is an elastic. You know what elastic? It can stretch. Therefore, the stick can stretch and reach the person who is sitting in the last row. When he makes a mistake, she can tap his head also. She can tap his head also. She can say, don't sleep, wake up. He's noticing everything. The stick, the elastic can stretch up to Devaloka. If Devendra makes a mistake with a stick, she will give a tap on Devendra's head also, because we consider Amma as an incarnation of Parashakti. So that stick, this is called an elastic. That is the thing. So the important point is, we say, make awareness your nature. Our nature is usually, we are aggressive by nature. For everything we'll react. Because the ego is so strong, so usually our nature is aggressiveness. If somebody hurts us, if somebody says something which we don't like or don't agree, we become very aggressive and we try to argue with them. So the simple question is, when we say, don't make aggressiveness your nature, why not? Because the simple answer is, because you are not the strongest person in the world. Today you can snub the person whom you argue. A person who can be stronger than you or more intelligent than you, he can snub you also. Therefore, the right attitude is, make awareness my nature. So when awareness is my nature, I am totally detached. When there are two people talking, I see this person and that person. Suppose this person is my friend, I will try to take his side. But when those two people they're not my friends, I will be impartial. Impartially, I will be watching. In the same way, when in spiritual growth, what happens is that when I am arguing with another person, I don't see that person and myself. I see two persons arguing. And when I feel that that person is right, I say, yes, I agree with you. So that is called, the awareness makes us detached. Instead of I and he, it becomes two persons. That is the greatness for this thing. So let me give you a few examples. In the olden days, even now today, she come every day. Amma comes for dhyanam, meditation, and even now she brings little stones. So somebody sleeps, she will. So we have seen that. But in the olden days, it was totally different. It is very surprising. It was a small hall in which about 15 to 20 brahmacharis, and there were only 2 or 3 brahmacharinis. All the others were brahmacharis. So brahmacharinis, they meditate separately. Brahmacharinis will be in the kitchen. At that time they used to cook. So we brahmacharis will be sitting, and Amma also will come and sit with us. So she will have the stones. So when somebody is dosing, immediately the stone will come. And not only that, we have the Amma's picture in front of us. We look at Amma's photo, we close the eyes and we visualize Amma's presence in our mind. So constantly we are thinking of Amma. Instead of that, instead of thinking of Amma, if any other stray thought comes, if any other thought comes, immediately the stone will come. So that means she is aware of all thoughts. We are about 20 of us sitting there. If any one of us loses our focus, immediately the stone will come to him. So you can see that she knows the innermost thoughts of all of us. That is what we see. So therefore, you may think that I am a great, very holy Swami because you do not know what I am thinking. You know only, you're watching only my external awareness. I am always doing japa, I'm always praying, I'm so very humble, etc. My external actions may confuse you and think that you are such a great Swami. But not Amma. Because Amma knows wherever I am. Now I am sitting in the Amrita College, Bangalore. Amma is sitting in Amrita Puri. She knows very well what I am thinking. So her consciousness is expanded to the entire universe. And therefore, when I know that there is a camera, we have so many experiences of the Amma, wherever we are, she knows what we are doing and she will also tell us also. So many experiences. Due to shortage of time, I am not able to give an example. I have given so many examples. Therefore, when there is a camera watching us, we will be very careful. So in the same way, there is a camera, Amrita camera, Amrita Bodham camera, she is always watching us. Therefore, I am very careful, not only with my actions, I am conscious of my thoughts also. Whenever a wrong thought, when negative thought comes, I become aware of that and try to correct the negative thought and make it a positive thought. So therefore we can understand an avatar, her very nature is Bodham. So she has come here to lift us from body, mind, consciousness to the what you call it, the pure conscious self, to the Atma Bodham. Therefore, we can see that an enlightened master can never tolerate mechanical actions. Even when we perform action, every day we do the same actions, those actions become very, very mechanical. Even chanting of Lalita Sahasranamatarana, we know it by heart. Therefore, Shri Matara Namaha, Shri Maharaj Namaha, we may doing the chanting is the most sacred 1000 names, the most divine sacred thing. So, Amma says, even if you chant without thinking, you will get, mind will be purified to a certain extent, you will get punya. But after some time, we will be chanting 1000 names, but our mind will be somewhere else. This is called mechanical action. So what we do every day, we will do it mechanically. We will be doing, but we will not be aware of what we are doing. Therefore, our great masters, like the Amma, very much. Sometimes I feel that Amma is very much like Buddha. Buddha says, watch in every action. You should be aware of every action. When I am bending now, I am looking at the paper. I am aware that I am looking at the paper. When I am getting up, I am aware I am getting up. When I am walking, I am aware that I am walking. That is why in our puja also we have very difficult to think, what we do. All these things are to make us aware, to bring our mind where our body is, to be aware. Even Bharatanatyam also, you can see that they are very conscious from the body consciousness. They slowly come to the mind consciousness, and then they come to the pure self, the divine Atma consciousness. That is what we have to say. Therefore, I am not making fun of anybody. Even when we go to the temple, when we are praying and the pujari is doing the puja, the Amma knows everything. I am not making fun of anybody. Please understand me. The devotee, he may be praying, but in his mind, he may be thinking of money. And the pujari also, when he is doing the chanting, he is also maybe thinking of money. So both the devotee and the pujari, both are thinking not of Devi, but of money. So Devi will think, then why I am sitting here, let me go. So that is the situation that happens. So Whereas when we come to Brahmasthanam, when we see our brahmacharis and so many other also temples also, we can see that the pujari, the priest, is sitting in front of the vigraham and he is doing the alankaram. So he is in, this is my child. So slowly he takes the chandanam and he slowly does the alankaram, etc. Chartal, then he after the alankaram is over, he looks like a very cute, the attractive baby. So he has devotion. So when he has devotion, he does it. He becomes very conscious. So we have devotion for Amma. In front of Amma, we are very, very conscious. You can see those who are on Amma's right side, Amma's left side, those who are controlling the devotees. They are very, very alert, very 110% alert. When they can make him some music, she'll give a whack. So that concentration, when they are in front of Amma, is helping Amma helping devotees to get darshan. That at that time they are very, very conscious. But once they turn over 1 hour tired, they go back, then they become like that. We lose that awareness. So if that awareness, when we are next to Amma, that awareness, same awareness, if we can maintain that same awareness in a marketplace, in our airport, in our relation, wherever we are, if we can make that same awareness, then we have won the game. So that is what we have to understand. So that is why the Swami Vivekananda says we should be very careful. When a guru, when a master gives a teaching, we have to be very, very careful. We have to say, when we hear a teaching which appears to be the nishiddha, something which is not reasonable, we should always analyze where that guru gave the teaching, to whom, in which situation the guru has given the teaching. For example, when during the freedom struggle, India was being under the control of the British, and they were just sitting and they were just mechanically chanting and passing away the time. Swami Vivekananda became very sad. My country, my mother is being persecuted, harassed. It's like a Draupadi, like what Kauravas did Draupadi. Draupadi is also our mother, like our mother. So when our mother's being harassed, I am mechanically chanting and praying the God. So unless Amma always says, Makale, always remember the divine grace alone, the prayer and self-effort is also very required. Therefore, they were not aware that we have to get up and fight against the British. So fighting does not mean physically fighting. We have to unite and then make them understand that we are Indians and we want freedom. So Swami Vivekananda said, you can be nearer to God by playing football than by reading the Bhagavad Gita. Very surprising. He says, you can be nearer to God by playing football than by reading the Bhagavad Gita. I have already explained, when we read the Bhagavad Gita, what happens there, 15th chapter, I mean chanting every day. Udam Uramadasyakam Ashtattam Prahuravyam. You can be chanting. When we are chanting, where is our mind? So I'll be sitting and scratching and then thinking of that. I have to go to the market after that, and I have to go to the market. I had to buy so much rice, so many vegetables. I'm chanting Bhagavad Gita, but my mind is the market. So the farther away we are from consciousness, the farther away we are farther away from God and our nature. The more aware we are, the nearer we are to God and our near nature. Therefore, when we are playing football, our 100% consciousness is on there. Then that is why we say we are nearer to God even by playing football than by mechanically chanting the Gita. It is only an example to make us that whatever we do, we have to do with perfect awareness. That is the meaning. So closer to God, closer to my nature. So a very important point, we have very often heard the word rebel. A rebel, it can be for many reasons. So they say when the king, in the olden day, when the king becomes a tyrant, he's a cruel man, he is not just. He takes away all the money, he does not look after he's always harassing the people. Out of fear, the people usually don't react. But among them, there can the nature is the nature will bring out one person who is mentally strong, who's aware. He knows that what the king does is wrong. That's called dharma bodham, and he has the adhyatmika shakti to fight against the king. He may the entire generation may sit quite out of fear, but that one person will stand up and fight. Therefore, when we see the avatar like Amma, she has come. When we see the entire generation, they are become very, very mechanical. Whatever they do without any the awareness they are doing. So Amma wants to bring us up, take us up to that pure level of consciousness. So that is called a rebel. So a rebel will be somebody who may do something which we are not doing. So let us take the example of Guru Nanak. He was an enlightened master. So he saw every day, he used to see priests standing in waist deep water, and they were offering water to sun, the water. They will chant the Gayatri mantra and they will offer. They were doing it every day. When we do, it becomes mechanical. And Guru Nanak knew what they are doing is mechanical. So what he did was, he also got into the water. The priests were facing east. And therefore he turned and he was facing the west. And he started offering water in the river. The priests were surprised and they asked him, "What are you doing?" Guru Nanak calmly replied, I am watering my krishi fields in the Punjab. The priest laughed and asked him, "What a fool you are. Punjab is the many miles away. How can your water reach Punjab?" Guru Nanak calmly asked, "If my water cannot reach Punjab, which is only a few miles away, how can your water reach the sun, which is millions of miles away?" Then they understood. They said, Guru Nanak said, "Understand, when we do what the sun, Surya Bhagavan is, we are offering the water as a gratitude. Shanno Mitra. Sun, Surya Bhagavan is a friend because he gives us everything. Out of that gratitude, out of feeling of gratitude, we have to offer the water." So the rebel is one who will contradict what we are doing and make us understand that what we are doing mechanically is wrong, and therefore he will have his own spiritual practices. So that will say sometimes so many have been killed. Many enlightened masters have been killed because they were not properly understood. We know that. So here the rebel means they are mechanically doing it. What they are doing, they are not getting the purpose. They are not getting the result of their actions. So therefore, you will make them understand. So that the rebel is very. So therefore, we can say, in many other countries they have revolution. Here in Greece also, Greece also, the king Tarquin was a very cruel king. Therefore, they rose against the king, and then from there, democracy started. Democracy, so the government of the people, for the people, by the people. The revolution. In many other countries, they had that revolution. So this is called the rebel. So the rebel leader will tell the rebels, do one thing. Your king, your master wants to do something, you do something just opposite, to defy him. Don't obey him. Whatever he tells you, you do just the opposite. So my boss also knows that. My boss also knows these are Viplavam. The rebels, they will do exactly the opposite of what I say. They will do exactly the opposite of what I say. Therefore, the boss knows that. So what he will do, he wants you to go to the right. So he will say, go to the left. Then what they will do, they will go to the right. So I got what I wanted. Can you understand? So therefore, if I am there also, I'm mechanical. I'm trained to do exactly the opposite of what my boss wants me to do. The boss can still make me do what he wants. An enlightened master, a bodha, one who has bodham like Amma, she's not like that. If she thinks an ant is doing the right thing, she will follow the ant. But if she thinks that the Devendra is doing the wrong thing, she will defy even Devendra also. Because this is this what we have to understand. And therefore, with the enlightened masters, they may sometimes, we have a routine. Morning, beginning from morning Archana, morning after Archana, we have Vedanta class, we have a little, the meditation, then we have the seva. Evening again we have the daily routine is there. So it should not become mechanical. Amma knows how to make it full of life. So you can see even in bhajans also, after go on listening bhajans, we become mechanical. So in the beginning there's a break. There's a break, they say something, she creates some situation where we come back to awareness. That is the greatest advantage. We are the luckiest of the lucky to have such a great the Guru like Amma, who makes us always aware in every action. So when the deeper we go into meditation, the dhyana and devotion, I perform every action constantly thinking of Amma, and then slowly I merge into Amma's feet. So let us pray to Amma to make us aware, to come slowly, to first become conscious of our body actions, slowly to the mind action, to every thought, and slowly let us focus totally on Amma. And finally, we reach the goal of pure consciousness that only a Guru can do. We can lie down on the bed and then we can quietly lie down, sleep, Nidra Devi, sleep will come and take us into sleep. But we should be very calm and quiet and wait for Nidra Devi, sleep, to come and take us into that higher state. In the same way, when our mind becomes extremely calm and peaceful, the bodham, Shuddha bodham, then slowly the Guru will come and lift us into that pure consciousness of Sach Chit Ananda. Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. I heard our Swamiji, Amarsurpan Swamiji, he is saying Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. That when I was a child, when we used to go for bhajans, we used to sing that without knowing the meaning. But now we know the meaning. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It is always existing. It is the nature of pure consciousness, and Anandam, it is continuous. It is not infinite. That is the nature of the Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Sahashtute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. He who knows that the Supreme Being in the deepest part of his heart, he becomes the joyful, he gains infinite joy and peace, and only a Guru like Sadguru like Amma can take us into that state. So let us have the, remember, Artha Bodham, and most important now, Dharma Bodham. Let us be always aware of our duties. When I am singing a bhajan, I know that Amma is watching me. So when I am aware whether my mind is going to Devi or whether my mind is going to my throat. Sometimes when I sing, my mind will go to my throat. I want to show off the musical talent. Amma knows that. So like I told you, give that example already. Therefore, when I am singing with Bodham, that my mind should go to Amma and not to my throat. So that is the advantage. Amma knows that. So let us pray to Amma to give us first the Dharma Bodham, our duties and responsibilities wherever we are. And slowly let us pray to Amma to lift us to that supreme being, Atma Bodham, and merge in her divine feet. Om Amriteshwari Namaha. Om Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you, Swamiji. Now, I request one of Amma's little children, Dr. Gayatri, to share her thoughts and perspectives on the same topic. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Amriteshwariye Namaha. My infinite prostrations at the lotus feet of my Sadguru, Sri Mata Amritageetananda Devi, my humble pranams to our Pujya Swami, Amritageetananda Puri ji, namaskarams to all. One of the greatest lessons that we have learned from Amma is, our nature is pure awareness. I am a devotee of Amma, and the advantage of being a devotee is that I have learned something more about medicine than my colleagues. I will try to elaborate a little more. As medical students in our college, we all have learnt about the human body in detail, its various parts and functions, and how the brain beautifully coordinates the different functions of the body. But being a devotee of Amma, I have learned to observe rather than just see. This has also made me appreciate that this human body is a wonderful machine. Being a daughter of a scientist in the DRDO, from childhood, I have heard my father talking about different fighter aircrafts like Tejas, MiG, etc. that they are made up of more than 20,000 parts assembled together. It was always so beautiful to watch these complex flying machines perform in the air show. Similarly, the human body is also a complex integration of various parts assembled together perfectly. For example, we can observe how a simple act of eating needs various parts in perfect coordination working under the influence of the brain. For example, the fingers close, we take the food, the hands move up, the mouth opens, then the swallowed food goes to the stomach and the intestine, it gets digested, absorbed, and all the energy is then distributed to various parts of the body. A complex machine like an aircraft cannot assemble by itself. It needs the intelligence and coordination of a large number of people. That makes me wonder, which is that great power behind the creation of this beautiful human body? That is the Supreme Being or God, who can be called by various names. We all have heard Amma say that even to close an opened mouth while yawning, we need the grace of that supreme power, the Parashakti. Just as we see a beautiful painting or we listen to a melodious song, we appreciate the painter or the composer. Similarly, by the association with Amma, our Pujya Swamiji and his Satsangs has created the awareness in me to know more about the Creator. This awareness, true knowledge, has awakened devotion and bhakti in me towards the Supreme Being. The second lesson that I have learned that the human body is not just a wonder, but it is also impermanent. While working in the hospital, we see so many people, children, young, old, suffering from so many illnesses and dying. This has made me realize the impermanence of the human body and life. This awareness too is due to Amma's grace. Not all doctors appreciate or realize this even though they face death on a daily basis. When the body or any object is put into fire, it is reduced to ashes. Vibhuti, the sacred ash, represents the first cause, the Creator. The principle behind applying Vibhuti on our forehead is the awareness that we might also be reduced into ashes at any moment. So, we must remain humble and devoted to God and also show gratitude towards everything in this creation. In allopathy, generally we do not have any prayers, as in most of the institutions it is secular. Whereas in Ayurveda, we generally start with a prayer. Ayurveda is a Upaveda. Some people say it is a part of Rig Veda, while others say it is a part of Yajur Veda. However, the essence is that it is an important branch of knowledge. In Purusha Suktam, it is said that Yetavan Asya Mahima, meaning all these are his glory. Purusha Evedagum Sarvam, meaning all these are the supreme beings only. So, The patient who sits before me is also a form of God. So the right attitude would be to see this as a rare privilege and blessing Amma has bestowed on me to serve the people and try to remove their suffering. This is the third lesson that I have learned. Amma always encourages her children to do research. Being a doctor, we must not restrict our profession just to practice, but we must also carry out research. One of the areas of research is in discovering drugs which have minimum side effects. Like the drug that we give to treat cough also has the side effect of drowsiness. Another area of research is in developing newer antibiotics, as the current antibiotics have become resistant to almost all the infections. Research must be done out of compassion and to reduce the people's suffering. Being a doctor by Amma's grace, I also feel it is my duty to serve the humanity. This is the fourth lesson that I have learned. I would like to conclude by sharing a small story. There was once a great Ayurvedic physician named Nagarjuna. He did a lot of research in Ayurveda. He was so busy and so he needed an assistant. He went to the palace knowing that there were a lot of Ayurvedic physicians there. He approached the king and asked him, "O king, I am an Ayurvedic doctor and I do a lot of research in Ayurveda. I am in need of an assistant. I have heard that there are a lot of Ayurvedic physicians in your palace. So I came here to ask you if you could give me one of your physicians for him to assist me in my research." The king thought for a while and said, "Among the physicians, 2 of them are the best. I will send both of you to your home tomorrow. You can choose one of them." Nagarjuna thanked the king and he left. The next day, as instructed by the king, the 2 physicians went to Nagarjuna's home. Nagarjuna wanted to test the physicians to know who was the best, so he gave him the required ingredients to prepare a rasayanam and told them to prepare the rasayanam and come back by sunset. He also instructed them that while going back, they should take the Dhanvantri temple route, offer their prayers and then only start making the rasayanam. Both the physicians departed Nagarjuna's home. However, only one of the physicians came back by sunset. He had prepared an excellent rasayanam. Nagarjuna was very pleased with him. He then said, "Now we will wait for your companion." Both of them waited the whole night, but the second physician came back only the next day morning. Nagarjuna asked him, "Why was he so late?" He replied, "As instructed by you, I took the route to the temple. I offered my prayers there, and while I came out, I saw an old sick man who needed medical help. So I took him to my home and I treated him and then started preparing the rasayanam. So I was late." What we can learn from this is that though both the physicians were knowledgeable and both of them had seen the old sick man, only one had the compassion to help the old man. From Amma, we get this rare quality of compassion, and with this compassion, being a doctor, I should use my knowledge to serve the humanity. This is the greatest lesson that I have learned. I thank our Puja Swamiji for giving me this opportunity, and I offer these words given by Amma at her lotus feet. Namah Shivaya.